Hey everybody, how's everybody doing? This next video right here is on leadership purpose. We're about to get down into the nuts and bolts of leadership and purpose. So, go ahead and this is going to be a video unlike the other ones. You're really going to get something out of this. I'm really going to do some good storytelling, and you're really going to get a lot out of the leadership purpose video here. Basically, I want to start this one off with a quote, and that quote is, "He who has the why to live for can bear almost any how." So he who has the why to live for can bear almost any how. So what's your purpose? Well, I got to tell you, my purpose is, I know in a position of leadership that my purpose was to help people. I am a helper. I am a connector. And what I mean by a connector, I am the person that connects people from one end of the bridge. I'm the bridge. And basically, with my big, strong shoulders, I get them from one side to the other. I get them from the side that, where they don't want to be, to the side to where they want to be. That's my purpose. That's what I do in leadership. My style of leadership, I've been known to be a little bit harsh at times. I've been known to be, I can be a lot of things, to be totally honest, like I'm bipolar or something. But anyhow, I've been known to be a little bit harsh at times, because when I see something in somebody that I know is there, but they don't know it's there, and they don't necessarily know how to extract it, I've got to jump in there and do my part, and I've got to make sure that I gave it 110% to make sure that I got it done. And I will do things way out of the norm. I will do things much more different than any other leader to get them to where they need to be. Because if I don't do that in a position of leadership, if you see that and you don't do it, that person right there may never reach their full potential. Now, how does that make you feel as a leader? If you knew something was there, you knew you can help, but for whatever reason, you didn't step in there, and now that person may have just missed the boat, and you could have made all the difference in the world. That's very important. Go ahead and marinate on that for a second. Now, let's talk about alignment of purpose, okay? Obviously, mine is to help others. So I want to tell a little bit about my past and some of the things I've done. So let's kind of let our hair down a little bit. I've been helping people for a long time, okay? I want to give you a good example of why I feel that my purpose is to help people. About maybe 10 years ago, I was sitting in my office. Someone came and knocked at the door, and it was just kind of this guy, not like a bad looking guy or like a mean looking guy or anything, just a guy like walks in and he pokes his head in the door and says, "Hey," he says, "I'm looking for a job." And I said, "Okay," I said, "Come on in." So the guy comes on in, and I take one look at the guy, like a leader, and I'm in a position of leadership. This is me. I'm giving it to you honest. I'm giving it to you straight. I look this guy up and down, checking him out, and he comes and he sits down, and I happen to notice that he's got a county star tattoo on his elbow. So I ask him to shut the door, very politely say, "Go ahead and shut the door." He comes in, he sits down. I says, "Hey," I said, let's get to the point." I said, "Have you ever done any prison time?" And the guy kind of looked at me, and one thing that was great was that with his shoulders down, not confident, and with just a look of sincerity on his face, he looked at me and he says, yes, I've done prison time." And I said, "Okay." I said, "That's good that you're honest." I said, "What'd you do?" He ends up telling me what he did. He served 5 years for whatever it was he does. That's not the point I'm trying to make. Well, it actually comes with the point. This guy came in, and come to find out, he actually had an extensive background in what it was I was doing at the time. So I started asking him questions to kind of further to dig into there, just to see how truthful he was, and I mean, when you want to talk about truth, he answered everything to the T, to where this guy was not lying. These are questions that nobody else in our field could have answered, and he knew them. So I said, I just happen to need some help right now. We're gonna, we'll go ahead and admit, that you got into some trouble on your application, and if you can, if you pass, the background investigation, sure, we'll get you a job, and I'll give you a chance. Long story short, this man now runs his own operation somewhere out in Las Vegas, I want to say he's good for about $15 to $20 million in sales annually. He is married. He's got a wife with a beautiful child. And this man, because somebody gave him a chance and was the connector, turned his life around. He, to this day, will come and say, James, it is because of you that this happened. And I know in my heart, to a certain degree, it's true. But for me as a leader, it's very important for me to drive that person's self-esteem. And I turn to him and I say, no, it's because of you. It's because you had the drive. You didn't have to follow me. You didn't have to lead me. No. You are where you are now because you wanted to be there. So keep that in mind, that position of leadership. We are where we are in life because we choose to be there. And that person chose to follow the example. Leaders, lead well. Lead well. My style just happens to be a little bit aggressive. And in my youth, I could have been a little bit over the top. But I tell you what, I've made some true champions out of that style in this life. And I'm very proud of it. Another story. It gets better. I'll give you one more. There's lots of them, but I'll give you one more. Another individual comes in my office, sits down with me for an interview, and he begins to just spill his guts. And he tells me, he says, James, I got in a lot of trouble. He says, I've been away from my family for the last 3 years. He says, and I've got a lot of making up to do. I believe he did have a little bit of experience, not a whole lot, but because the guy was sincere, the guy was honest, I said, let's go ahead and give it a go. And a twist of fate, just the way the world works, the way you can believe, the way the universe works, the way God works. We all have our own beliefs. This person just happened to be in all the right places at the right time. It was like it was meant to be. Somebody gave me a call, one of the high upper ups, and they needed some help. They needed somebody with a decent amount of experience in this area. And I ended up, I put my name on it. I put my name on it because you know what? In a world of where people are so scared to death to put their name on something because they don't want to look bad. Indeed, you don't want to be the guy who brings in the worst thing that could have ever happened in anybody else's life. But this person now, just like the past example, he runs his own operation. I want to say probably does roughly around, maybe like $15-20 million a year. In sales. He's an awesome manager. And on top of that, he is a great father and a great husband. All of the mistakes that he's made in the past, which we've all made mistakes, I really believe that he's definitely made up for them. I see him on Facebook, on social media, and Instagram. He coaches his kids' soccer teams. He's a very involved father. I love seeing the pictures with these men out there fishing with their kids and out there at the Disneyland parks with their kids and that right there, as far as leadership, one thing I'm really proud of, and I'll get into this in some further videos. I don't just teach people how to be great leaders on the field, but I teach them to be better leaders off the field because I believe that great leadership is going to begin first where you live. That's in your home. If you cannot have great leadership inside of your home, there's no way that you will ever be a great leader outside of your home. Write that down. Remember that for the rest of your life. That's very important. So, that being said, when we talk about leadership purpose, my purpose is to help others. My purpose is to help people. And I know I gave you some examples of some roughnecks, but there are several. And as a matter of fact, that's only like less than 1%, maybe 0.5% of the people that I've coached and that I've mentored. The other 99% of people are really people that were just down, everyday people. Everyday people that just came in looking for jobs. And you know what? They got more than that. I gave them more than that because my purpose, I've told people this before, hey, whether you decide to stick it out here with me or go someplace else, I guarantee you, I'm going to teach you things that no other leader is going to teach you. That right there is a confidence that I have. That right there from my background is something that I know for a fact that what it is that I've been through and what it is I teach, People can't teach that in classrooms, and for you, for damn sure, cannot teach it as good as I can. That's where leadership, confidence comes in when it comes time for purpose. I know my purpose, and my purpose is to help other people. So that being said, I hope you figured out your purpose too. Define the Odds, ladies and gentlemen. If you haven't read my book yet, Define the Odds, please go ahead and take a look at that. It's on Amazon. That book right there, you're going to love that book. And you read that book and you're going to understand where my style of leadership came from. It is a book that talks about no matter where you come from, no matter what your background is, if you stay true to yourself and if you stay true to your goals, you're going to make it. A New Way to Lead. I just dropped that book the other day. I just published it. I'm very proud of it. A New Way to Lead has all the secrets. I gave you all the secrets. I gave you all the game. There's 35 chapters in that book, ranging from anything from leadership intelligence, leadership character, leadership integrity, leadership communication, leadership vision. I mean, you name it, it's in there. I gave away all the secrets. For those of you, that are new in your starting your journey, doesn't matter where you're at in your journey. I guarantee it. Some of the people that are older, and the older generation leaders that have been leading for a long time, there are several gold nuggets in there for them. There are several individuals that I have overseen that were old enough to be my dad, if not old enough to be my grandfather, over the course of the last 15 years. There's several gold nuggets in that book. So definitely go get yourself a copy. You can get that on Amazon, get that on Kindle. You'll love it, I guarantee it. But anyhow, everybody, James Merrifield here. I hope you got something good out of that. Some good storytelling in this last segment, and leadership purpose. You've got to ask yourself, in a position of leadership, like, what's your purpose? We all have this superpower, and mine just happens to be leading people. But being the connector, being the bridge. Helping to get people from one side of that bridge to the other. Anyhow, everybody, James Merrifield here. Thank you very much for watching this video, and we'll see you on the next video. Here we go. Check, 1, 2. Check, 1, 2. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Hi everybody, how you doing? James Merrifield here. Right now we're going to discuss the passion of leadership, everybody. So go ahead and buckle up your seatbelts because it's going to be one wild ride. The passion of leadership, okay? I want to start this one off with just a little quote. And the quote is, leadership is not about position. It's about passion. It's not about image, it's about impact. So remember that. A lot of people get caught up with leadership and being the man, the woman, being the head person in charge. It's not about that. The passion of leadership is about impact, clearly. If you cannot be an impactful leader, then you are not a very impactful leader. You're not going to be an impactful leader because your focal points are not where they need to be. When we talk about the passion of leadership, you have to ask yourself, why are you so passionate about being a leader? Okay? In a position of leadership, people must be your passion. Write that down. People must be your passion, okay? In a position of leadership, you're not just leading yourself. No, you're the catalyst for movement, okay? And if you're not impacting people, then why are you trying to be a leader? You have to ask yourself that, okay? Your main focal point needs to be people. Your main focal point, your main passion needs to be leading others, okay? Passion opens up doors now for leadership, okay? So when you're passionate about something, this is where the doors of leadership open. For myself, I was a leader long before I ever jumped into the workforce and began to lead people in businesses. I was a leader in my mind long before I ever had a title. So leadership is not just having a title. Leadership is not just like the light switch where basically you get to turn it on and you get to turn it off whenever you want. No, the light stays on in leadership. Once again, long before I was ever the man with the title, I was the man up here because I was passionate about people. I was passionate about getting things done. I was passionate about helping other people reach their true potential. And it didn't dawn on me until probably maybe my 10th or 12th year being in the workforce and leading an army of about 120 employees. It didn't dawn on me that I really had a gift to help develop other people to being their absolute very best. And when I figured that out, I wasted no time. My sales had set in a specific direction, and they stayed in that direction for the rest of my life. I found my purpose. I found my passion. And it was people. I found it in people. So, what you really want to be is you want to be the bridge that connects other people to their greatest potential. In a position of leadership and being passionate, your passion needs to be being that bridge. Remember, bridges are designed to carry a lot of weight. Bridges are designed, if you take a look at New York, some of the biggest, most gigantic structures are built on bridges in New York. They're big, they're heavy, they're strong, they're sturdy. That's what being in the position of leadership is about. Being that bridge to help connect people so that they can get to the other side. So once you fully embrace that, that's definitely going to be, you're going to be of more value in this lifetime than you ever know. We always talk about, value in the workplace or value, to the organization. Be the value, be that, when you have that kind of mindset, be the value, be that kind of strong value for the world to see. Not just for the workplace, not just for anywhere, be that value everywhere you go. Be that bridge, be that connector. Stay passionate, and that's going to help you, go to where, it's going to help you get to where you want to go. And most important, you're going to help bring a lot of other people with you, if that makes any sense. Anyhow, everybody, James Merrifield here, the Passion of Leadership, everybody. Hope you got a little bit of something about that. Take some notes. If you haven't checked out A New Way to Lead yet, go ahead and go on Kindle. Go ahead and take a look on Amazon. It's on there. A New Way to Lead by James Merrifield. Excellent book right there. And if you haven't picked up Define the Odds, Becoming the Best Possible You by James Merrifield, pick that one up too. I guarantee you won't be disappointed, everybody. Go ahead and click over to the next video, and I'll see you to the next on the next side. All right, let's see.